biblical holiness is a central theme that permeates both the Old and New Testaments. It refers to the idea that God is holy, set apart and perfect, and He calls His people to reflect that holiness in their lives. Here are some key points about biblical holiness and our role as Christians. The call to holiness. God's holiness is the standard to which He calls His people. In Leviticus 19:2, God commands, "You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." This call to holiness is reiterated in the New Testament, as 1 Peter 1:15-16 states, "But as He who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct, because it is written, 'Be holy, for I am holy.'" Priests of God. One of the reasons we are called to holiness is because, as Christians, we are part of a royal priesthood, 1 Peter 2:9. In the Old Testament, the priests were set apart for service to God and had to maintain ritual and moral purity. In the New Covenant, all believers are priests, offering up spiritual sacrifices, 1 Peter 2:5, to God. Living as temples of the Holy Spirit. As priests of God, our bodies are now temples of the Holy Spirit, 1 Corinthians 6:19. We are called to live holy lives, set apart for God's purposes because the Holy Spirit dwells within us. Our conduct should reflect the holiness of the one who indwells us. Pursuing holiness in daily life. Biblical holiness is not just a ritual or external practice, but a way of life. It involves pursuing moral purity, obedience to God's commands, and living in a way that honors and glorifies God in every aspect of our lives. This pursuit of holiness is a lifelong process of sanctification, enabled by the Holy Spirit's work in us. In summary, biblical holiness is a call for God's people to reflect His perfect holiness in their daily lives. As priests of God and temples of the Holy Spirit, we are called to live set apart, pursuing moral purity and obedience to God's commands, offering up our lives as spiritual sacrifices to Him